You want my numbers? You muted.
Because I'm totally muted. I know. I was saying it doesn't even mute me anymore for some reason, and it does itch. Yes, I don't know what's happening here. So what I was saying was that could totally be an outro to an anime.
I mean, yeah, it could work.
I'm definitely thinking it could. Not that I'm making an anime. I'm just saying in general. So, folks, we have got some reviews. We have got some updates on stuff. We've got release dates, and we've got some kind of Star Wars fair possibly going on. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
So, folks, we got a full show. Jabba, are you ready?
I'm ready.
No thumbs?
Oh, I forgot about those. Yeah, I'm ready.
Straightest thumbs in the province, folks. All right, then let's go. That time it muted me automatically. Thanks, StreamYard. No idea what's going on. Hey, folks, what's up? This is TBA News with your anime and gaming updates and such. I am Antonio Pomares, aka the Hungry Bleak, the hungriest man in the room.
This is your girl Jabba Chan with the straightest thumbs on the planet. Shut
multiverse.
up. Damn
multiverse.
it.
No, multiverse.
Damn it.
Yes. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about and everything. Some new stuff that came out too, because we both went to the movies this weekend.
Yes, we did.
And one of us had a better time than the other. You'll
Yes,
figure out who did in a few minutes. But first, Jabba, tell us about Kill Bill.
Okay, so even though it's not a new movie, but it's an oldie but a good with extra footage. For one thing, spoiler alert, not spoiler alert, they are only showing it at AMC theaters. So if you have Regal or the other theater places, you're not going to find it because it took a minute for the damn movie. I'm like, why can't I find it in my closer one? So I had to go to an AMC theater to look up Kill Bill.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was 4 hours, like 4.5 hours with the intermission. Intermission was about 10 minutes long, but it didn't feel like it, especially if you've seen the movie enough times like I did. It felt like it was like, smooth sailing. You're like, oh, when you got to like towards the end of the first one, you're like, oh, we're at the ending already? That was it? Oh, we're on to the second one? I'm like, okay, cool. Now the main star factor was Oren Ishii's backstory, because we got more anime sequence in it, and it was so good. So good. Because one, we did get a little more gore. Mm-hmm. And which I think I told you about when we were talking offline, they actually talked about the extra hitman that was in the sequence from the original film. And he has a name. His name is Pretty Ricky. That was not even a joke. His name was Pretty Ricky.
Seriously?
Yeah. Pretty Ricky.
That actually kind of makes sense. That actually makes sense. It doesn't, but it does in the context of that movie. Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
glorious.
I mean, yeah, his name was Pretty Ricky, and like they show up like what happens to him, because you don't technically see what happens to that guy. You only see what happens to like the main Yakuza boss, Boss Matsumoto. So you get that, like I think it's maybe like an extra like 5 minutes of that, but it's so good because now you get to understand like how bad she had to deal with everything. And then we got extra cuts, we got extra longer fight scenes, I believe, towards the end of the first one when Uma Thurman's character was in the bar area and she was fighting the crazy 88s.
Yes.
I think from what I remember, you have more cutscenes in there. I know some were cut out from looking at it, like the TV version versus like even like the DVD version. I feel like there was more to it. Mm-hmm. And then when they got to and there was stuff that they took out that I didn't realize. I'm like, oh, they took that out. So like at the very end of the first volume, they took out the part where Bill says, oh, does she know that her daughter's alive? They cut that part
Oh.
out. So from a person who has never seen Kill Bill at all, you don't even know that cliffhanger that happens, because obviously, like, they split into 2 movies. That was the end. That was the end of it, where it's like, okay, so she has a daughter. So what they're going to do with the second movie? So cut to the second one. It goes right into it. Like after the intermission, it goes right into movie. No opening, just like chapter. I think it was like chapter 4. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, so it was good. And like I said, there was other parts where, like in the montage at the end, where you would hear Bud say, like, she deserves her revenge. We all deserve that. It took that part out. You do get an extra piece with the character Sophie, who was like one of like the henchmen underneath already.
Yeah.
She's a character. She also loses another arm. I didn't realize that.
Wait,
she loses 2 arms, both her arms. The first one that we all see, where she chops off at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so remember when she was in the trunk?
Yeah.
And Uma Thurman was like, "Give me your other arm." You just hear her scream.
Yeah.
And like the original, she cuts off her arm. And we never saw that. Like, we just hear it, so we don't know exactly what she did. You know what I mean? Because you don't see it in the shot. You just see her, like, just like shoulder up when she's talking, if you remember.
Yeah. When Bill's talking to her.
Mm-hmm. You only see it from like. So yeah, she lost both her arms. We were like, oh,
damn.
Hmm?
I did not. Wow. All right, I didn't realize it.
I'm trying to think, and I will give myself, because I should. This is my fault. I should have got up during the intermission, but I was talking to other people about the movies and stuff, which was nice. I kind of fell asleep at the training sequence when she was with Pai Mei. And I'm like, oh, if I missed something, I missed it. But I'm kind of hoping that they bring this all back out on Blu-ray so I can buy it.
That would be. I think this is going to be something that definitely should stream.
Oh yes.
Truthfully, I don't know who would get it. Maybe Netflix.
If I would give it to HBO. Or wait, Netflix and HBO together, right?
Well, I mean, by the time this comes out, who knows what's going to be going on with that? That's a whole other topic that will be discussed at a later date. I don't have the bandwidth for that right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have the bandwidth for that right now.
There's too many deals going on, but no, I'll still rebuy it. I will rebuy it just to have it.
Wow, because I'm thinking about I haven't seen a movie in a few years, which now makes me excited to watch it again. But I'm thinking about it. Yeah, they only show her from up, so that's makes sense. I know that they cut a lot out of that 88 scene because they said that it was so crazy. And with blood and everything like that, and the body parts, that's why it goes to like black and white at a certain point.
They didn't know black and white in this one.
Oh, I actually like the black and white part of it. That actually was kind of cool. I actually like that part.
The color.
Oh wow! And all the scene and all of the.
I will say this though, just because I've watched it so much, and even though I haven't watched it in years, I was reciting the entire line from the first movie. That's how much I've watched it.
It's so quotable. I mean, there's so many lines in there that are so quotable that you can just keep going on. And I mean, a lot of the lines are like, even from the second movie, when they're like, oh well, are there really 88 of them? He was like, no, they just thought it sounded cool, like that. Like just lines like that, like over in Ishii's monologue. Oh,
I have my best friend quoting that. I'm like, because when he never saw Kill Bill, I'm like, dude, you have to watch this because like this is how I can see us. And I'm like, you quoting Lucy Liu's monologue? He's like, yeah, you're right. And he did it. And I'm like, yes.
It's so good. And the fact that she's like, I want to say this in English just so you can feel the weight of what I'm saying. And she just goes
and you still hear the translator too at the same time.
Yeah. Which is, I think, is a really nice touch to still be able to hear the translator there. But Lucy Liu, that might be my favorite role of hers because she just gives so much, and she is very small and diminutive, and even the way that she's kind of running across the table, like her feet, which I think is obviously to show the difference between she has small feet and her steps are small and she's running, and then she takes his head and then hoists it up in the air and then has that just belts it out. It's so powerful. That's yeah. I'm gonna have to yeah, when this comes out on streaming, wherever it goes out, again, there's a lot going on, obviously, with streaming services. I will
Yeah.
be excited to see this, and I won't need the intermission because I'll be at home, so I can just pause it, go bathroom,
True. Yeah.
drink, sit my behind back down, and continue watching it.
But
Yeah, I haven't
it's,
seen these in a while. I think they're both on Tubi.
are they?
Yeah, I think they're
Okay.
both on Tubi. When in doubt, look on Tubi.
I think they're also on Netflix as well. I believe so. They're
Are
both
they?
on Netflix.
I'll have to check them out. Yeah, because if they're both on there, like I said, I haven't seen them in a while. But I'm glad that people got to enjoy this movie in theaters. It's just such a good movie. It might be, I think, my favorite role for Uma Thurman, who's had just so many roles
Oh yeah.
and just a great career. I think this is one that just completely threw people off guard, and so many great actors and moments in there. So that's awesome. So go from awesome to something not so awesome. Was Jujutsu Kaisen Execution came out this Friday also, past Friday also. And this is the beginning of the Culling game, which is the next arc for Jujutsu Kaisen anime. Unfortunately, now I will also caveat this by saying this was my first theatrical anime watching experience. This is the first time I've been able to watch an anime in theaters. So I was very jazzed. Like I've said before, I missed when Vampire Hunter D was in theaters, maybe during the summertime. I think it was.
I
Maybe
think it was when you mentioned it, and like I say, you did miss Infinity
yeah,
Castle for Demon Slayer because that one is still so
yeah.
good.
Well, Jujutsu Kaisen Unfortunate Execution, they give you a recap of what happened from the Shibuya incident, but it's like 40 or so minutes long.
Oh,
So you're getting most of that, the recap of like the big fights and what have you at the end of season 2, and then you get like almost like the first 2 episodes of the Culling game, which is going to be season 3. By the time we realized, and the people in theaters, I could feel them. By the time we realized that, because they started recapping, like, oh, okay, you thought it was going to be like 10 minutes. Then when 15 minutes go by, you're like, oh my God, that's what this is going to be, mostly recap. You get mostly recap in this film. The fights and the animation obviously are great, cool, what have you. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, I've seen all this. I want the new stuff. And unfortunately don't get it. Because of how long it was, the recap, by the time we got to the new stuff, all I saw was the Culling game. And literally I fell asleep because I've watched 40 minutes of stuff that I already knew. It was great to see it again. And I love seeing it. I fell asleep. I woke up 5 minutes before the credits roll. There were different allegiances, relationships had changed, and I was like, wait, what? Hold on. Credits rolled. Somebody literally stood up and said, that's it? Not me, someone else. Literally said, that's it. And I was like, holy crap. I don't do 10 scales. I do 5 because I don't need that much time or effort. Y'all know me. I like to get right to the point. Out of 5 stars, I'm going to give this 2.5 because of that fact. Love the story of Jujutsu Kaisen. Love the characters. The voice actors are amazing. Fights, animation, story, everything is great. But this should have been its own movie. It should not have been 40 minutes of recap. And someone made a very good point of this. Best Blurred, who I was having a conversation with on Instagram. He said, the recap really didn't make any sense because it wasn't a very good recap either. Because if you've never seen the series, this doesn't make a difference to you. If you have seen the series, you're not giving us any of the emotional heft of the relationships and such from really the beginning of this show of season 2, where you find out the relationships in the past of certain characters. You don't get it. You're just getting the fights. So this recap was really more of just, and I agree with him totally. And this is the first thing I thought of when I saw it. This was just a cash grab. All it was cash grab. If you truly are a fan and you must go see it, you must. I will not dim your light. Go and see it. Enjoy yourself. Be prepared, like I said, for 40 minutes of recap. And um, yeah, go enjoy it. If you're not sure, what have you, don't go watch. Just wait till it comes home. Just wait till it
So,
comes on Crunchyroll.
so I believe is what you. So, because I know you saw it because I told you to watch it in that certain order. Were you better watching what was it Jujutsu Kaisen Zero than
I've seen
watching
that.
this?
I would rather, yes, because Jujutsu Kaisen Zero is its own movie.
Right. Okay.
Even though it ties into the second season, and you get different
Hmm.
relationships. There's no recap. There's none of that in there. It's its own film.
But you
Where
get like,
with
and you get the backstories of everybody
you
that
get
you
the
didn't
backstories of
realize.
everyone,
Okay.
right? Where this one, like I said, you get 40 minutes of recap, and I don't mean it tells you story. It shows you actual fights from season 2,
Oh.
like full out fights.
Oh.
So it doesn't. Yeah, it's not its own movie. You
No.
get like
Yeah.
maybe 2 new episodes as far as Cullen, but it's not. If you haven't, don't, unless you're an absolute fan and you must see it. Go ahead, fine. If you're not, but you like the series, just unfortunately, I would say wait. Just wait. They should have had this be its own film, like Jujutsu Kaisen Zero was. Zero was so incredible. I watched it again. That this was my first time rewatching, and I rewatched it, and I said, "My God, this is so just."
It was good.
It's like night and day. Honestly, it doesn't. And I love the character of Yuta. I was so ready to have more of Yuta, just because of the transformation that you see in Zero of
Hmm.
Yuta, and I love even the American voice actor, the English voice actor for Yuta. The way they talked about the transformation of the voice and the evolution and the maturity, and you see
Hmm.
it in the movie as well, where Yuta at first is this kid doesn't know what's going on, and then becomes this incredible fighter, even though still a novice at being a sorcerer. Loved
Hmm.
it. This one, just wait. Just wait. Matter of fact, don't even bother watching it. Just wait till the new season comes up. Just don't.
Thanks for
I
saving
hate
me on my
saying that.
money.
Yeah. I hate saying that because I truly enjoy and love this series, this franchise, but it's not worth it. People were like, when my man said that's it, I literally was like, I fell asleep, and like I said, I fell asleep, and I don't think it made a bit of difference. It did.
Yeah,
So I'll just wait.
that's bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. It's, you know what? Nobody would know, because you have some, again, like you have Zero. It's standalone
Mhm.
movie. Then
Yeah.
and it tells backstories. Then you have in Infinity Castle,
Yeah.
which is its own story. It literally takes up from the end.
Hmm.
Actually, matter of fact, the end of season, was it 4?
Yeah. Yeah.
4
Yeah. And literally
literally,
throws you into the movie.
you literally drop into the
Yeah.
movie.
Hmm.
When everyone else is dropping, that's you dropping into the movie. Literally, it's seamless. I bet you could watch the season and then watch the movie. You might
Oh
notice a
yeah.
difference as far as animation, because obviously it's theatrical, so they're going to put more into it.
Oh
But
yeah.
their quality is still so high anyway. But yeah, it just wasn't it. Yeah,
No.
that's okay. It's cool. It's cool because you know what? There's so many other great animated movies out there and everything. Speaking of which, oh my goodness, what? What?
Yeah. Um.
What?
We always talk about, like, the good old classics that we never really get to see because at the time when they were out, we didn't know where to find them. And obviously back in the day,
Mhm.
like, trying to find it online was like, trying to find needle in a haystack. It was impossible. And if you got lucky
VHS.
to watch it on cable when they were showing it
Mhm.
on HBO before HBO became what it was, you got lucky. And that was like a one-time thing for you to like tape it, record it, and bootleg that mess.
Yep. Yep.
But yes, so now we have Perfect Blue, which is one movie that I know the story of, but I never got to see actually the full thing from like start to finish. So now it's on HBO Max. So I'm like, all right, bet. I already saved it. It's in my queue. But this is like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to like certain animes that you hear are talked about that have like been out, but like you just don't know where to find it because there's too many different streaming platforms and too many different, like, um what's the word, ownership, where it's like this one doesn't have it but this one has it, or this streaming service doesn't have it but this one has it. Because apparently, you know what I found out? Besides Perfect Blue, Summer Wars
Hmm.
is on HBO Max now. And then we also got Wolf Children, which I think I told you about before, which is a really good one too. It's like nice little hidden gems. Pretty much it's anything that is not Studio Ghibli is on HBO Max. Like, so all those little hidden gems, like great animation, music, and everything, you can now find on HBO Max. But I know Perfect Blue is one of like those big anime movies that, like, you know, people talk about and like you need to watch it, especially now in this day and age when it comes to social media and stuff like that. So it's like perfect time to watch it.
Oh, yeah, like this is one of those ones that people talk about along with Akira, Ninja Scroll, like movies that were at that time. Like it was like when anime really started bursting over here. And I'm gonna be real, as far as I know, Black folks were the ones that were out there talking about it the most. I'm gonna be real with you. And it was like Ninja Scroll, Perfect Blue, Fist of the North Star, like because we were just so wowed by this all. And Perfect Blue was one of the ones. Perfect Blue, and I want to say some of Akira, were these movies that weren't like just fighting, what have you. Perfect Blue was like this thriller and psychological thriller and drama and everything that was really hitting people. And a lot of movies take from this movie because it was done so well. And after all this time, it still holds up. So I'm glad that this is out there for people to be able to get more of, especially on Max. And it's on there now.
Yeah, I already favored because after I watched Welcome to the last episode, Welcome to Derry, which is also good too. I'm like, oh, let me see if this is on Max. And like when I found it, I'm like, okay, favorite. When I saw Summer Wars, I'm like, okay, favorite, because they're the same people. I think I might be wrong, but it's the same animation styles like the original Digimon movies. It's like that. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna save that. Same thing for Wolf Children because I love it. Just like, you know, it's like such a family feel good, at least in my opinion. So like, I'm saying that, just like I said, be with stuff, and I'm like, I don't care about Suji, but at the moment, because like these like hidden gems that you don't see, you don't hear about, due to like random streaming platforms and stuff like that. You can never get what you want. So like, I'm gonna watch them all. So probably by the end of me watching these movies.
Yeah, these are movies that were really hitting. Like they were just so different and everything. And when everybody thought of anime, they thought more about, you know, obviously like the stuff that we were getting out, you know, which was, you know, like also maybe like Voltron or anything. Nobody thought that these movies were going to have such emotional heft. But between this and Akira, these are two movies that are still talked about. How many years later?
I mean, because there's so many references for Akira. I mean, Akira made colors. They invented colors for that movie. And Lord knows whatever Perfect Blue made besides a psychological thing, like I want to like deep dive into this because I've seen clips of like different animation for it, but I'm like, I want, like, you know, I want to be engulfed in this movie when I watch it.
Yeah. I'm glad this is out now. And like I said, I love the fact that anime is being circulated among like different streaming platforms. So it's easier for people to get a hold of, because like you're saying, at a time you had to go. I know people who had to go to New York, and they had to go to Chinatown, and they had to go to places where, like, you know, they didn't know where they were going. They had to go, like, you know, into basements in Carolina and buy the stuff there, because they just weren't available. You know, at a certain point, so when DVD started becoming more popular, it started getting out more, but it was still hard
to find them. Yeah,
exactly. But now to be able to bring it right into your home, you stream it into your home or on your laptop, your phone, your computer, your whatever it is. I love this, and I love that for us. So it's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking this one. I've never watched it in its entirety because I know sometimes psychological stuff, it's a little too much for me, and I'm like, and I'm thinking about it too much. And this is one that I know I'm going to be thinking about. So that's kind of why I've kind of like not dove into it, because I know what, you know, what I have kind of dived into is Destiny 2 Renegades. So we got the new season for this expansion. And it is kind of, obviously, as you can tell from the poster, this is
my sound effects.
I definitely, yes, I have heard all of the lightsaberage from you. That's a new word.
Lightsaberage.
And this is definitely a homage to Star Wars, obviously, as you can tell from the poster, and just the story in general. And we're also getting lightsabers. The exotic is, I forgot the full name of it, but it's the Praxis, Praxis. I can't remember the full name of it though. And it even has different crystals, so we have different lightsaber colors. I think that different crystals will have different properties as
Colors.
well. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
like I said, colors will come. Like I said, if we get shaders for that, I'm like, oh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Woo!
You know, I'm waiting for this.
I don't think you're gonna make it out of here today. My man said, I don't care, whatever. You just make sure to know what happened here today. He was like, yeah, no, I'm not. So basically, your guardian, everything this guardian has been through, your guardian, your guardians, whether it's a hunter, a warlock, or a titan, has been through everything. This is a very emotional expansion as well, because we're getting a lot of stuff with time travel, and you finding out the story of different characters, which the backstory is a bit that one cutscene from last season was so beautiful with the phone ringing,
Oh,
and it was just really, really great.
oh,
This one kind of takes a backseat to that, and it's a little more like you're in this time, you're fighting. Grifter even makes a Grifter who looks like 2025. If you know what that
literally.
means, you know what that means. Well, now let's explain that. That's I'm just saying. Um, you're in like
Ooh.
the present day time now, and you're fighting. So you don't have to deal with any time travel. Anything's kind of there, but you do go into a cantina, similar to Star Wars. So you
Mhm.
have that thing. I will say this: the interface has kind of changed as well. It's rebooted. It absolutely, I love it more. When you're looking for the conquest, when you're looking for the portal stuff, it's great. The vault has expanded to 1,000 items.
They try and make us hoarders.
I'm saying,
Telling you.
and I was actually deleting stuff too, because I was like, yeah, let me just delete all this
Same.
stuff. But it's very much more detailed now. It's a bit easier too. They have it. I mean, they had it. I think they had it. Well, they have it now where you can do everything: weapons, gear, and then
Mhm.
collectibles like your ships and your ghosts, shells, such and items like that. You even have. We've gotten rid of bounties altogether. Warlock. Excuse me. Banshee was the last one to have bounties. But there are no
Right.
bounties now. Instead, what we're getting, just like we had last season, is we're having the portal achievements, which are daily and weekly. So you can just keep going and keep going, keep going. That is one of the quickest ways to raise your power level. Believe me, it works. I'm at step
True.
17 or so out of, or close. I have no idea what step I'm on. I'm going through the story, but I'm really finding out that the combat has become so much nicer. It's a little tougher as well. At a certain point with waves, they'll actually tell you the enemies are going to get stronger, and it's in red.
Mhm.
And another wave will come at you. It'll probably be the last wave, and they'll be even stronger. Combat is much more detailed. I love it. It's a little bit tougher, so you have to be a little bit quicker, a little more nuanced with your moves. Definitely with your weapon choices as well, which I am liking so very much. The story is actually a bit tedious, though, I will say. There's a lot of back and forth, where you're in the cantina, you have to go upstairs, downstairs, outside, backside. It's a little too much for me. And that's kind of pulling away from everything else. It's very RPG, like
Mhm.
RPGY. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. Um, and I know that this is an RPG, which is funny, but it's again when you're in the same building and you have to go upstairs, downstairs, back and forth, all that, it's very tiring. And those end up being the steps that you take when you're doing like the story for this.
Mhm.
I would say get done with the story, focus on the combat, the quest, the portal stuff is so much fun. It's much more of a challenge, like I said, but it's so good. I get lost in the fights at times, and with the different change and everything, and it'll change for you. So once you do one, another one will pop up, and it'll actually come up on screen and say, okay, this is the new one. You need precision shots. This is the new one. There's
Mhm.
grenades, anything like that. I absolutely love that. Let me know so I know which ones to switch off to. A lot of fun. I'm getting into it. I'm digging it. Oh, and the lightsabers do they actually can bounce off shots from
Yes.
enemies. So you will be
Which
doing some
I've
Jedi
seen
action.
people use. Yeah.
Yes, you will be, because I was playing a bit earlier and somebody was whiffing, and
Yep, yep.
I was like, you know what? Praise you. Meanwhile, I have my skull splitter axe, and I'm like, yeah, praise you. I got no defense. I'm going in and knocking people's heads off. But so far, I would say out of a 5, I'm gonna give this a 4. It's just the back and forth takes out for me, truthfully. Um,
I'm a
Armor
3.
looks beautiful, great, everything, but yeah, it's just that back and forth mess. Just yeah.
I'm a 3. I'm waiting for all the patches to get situated. That's why I haven't really started. I mean, like I've started the story, but I haven't continued on. I think I'm on like step. Was it 6 out of 45? Where you do like the cash?
I thought you were further than that, but maybe
No,
I'm.
because
Oh no, because you and Farrah were at the same point.
yeah, and then
I
I
was
just
okay,
left
yeah.
it at that because I feel like let me get all of my gear up and do like the portal stuff, and then I'll jump back into the story because, like I said, when I had that issue with that first little bit of the story when we first got into it, and the
Yeah.
enemies weren't there, and I'm like, well, I can't continue on because like I'm stuck. So I'm like, I'll back out for a little bit, play some extra stuff, and try and go back in. Same thing happened again. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to like the Reddit to figure out what am I doing wrong. Then I figured it out, and I'm like, all right, I'll still wait and still level up. So probably maybe this weekend because it'll be the second week that it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be week 2. So then I'll probably hop on and do some other stuff on top of that.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, the story is a little, there, but like I said, the combat and everything, the portal stuff, the conquest, that's where the meat and potatoes are, truthfully. That's
Mhm.
where it really sings because they updated, like I said, the interface, everything, the map updated. I absolutely love the look of it and the vibe of it. It's very user friendly. It's easier. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. But like I said, 4 just because the story is just pulling me out of it, unfortunately. Speaking of stories that are kind of taking us away and pulling out, My Hero Academia
Yep,
ends.
yep, yep. I believe this week is their last episode because I just watched the other one earlier today.
Hmm.
Pretty much we're already at like past like the epilogue and stuff. So yeah, I think we have like one more episode, then My Hero's officially done. I
Wow.
mean, it's been a long run. It's 8 seasons plus I think
Yeah.
we cut like two OVAs or where 2 movies and an OVA or whichever one it is. Like I know I have one of them on Blu-ray. Thanks,
I want to
shout out to
say
Best Buy.
it's more than that. I keep thinking I'm seeing like a bunch of them for some reason.
I can't remember. Either way, the story's pretty much done.
Yeah.
It's over. So if you haven't watched it, like you can pretty much like catch up now to watch the rest of like this new season.
Mhm.
And last season, once again, the animation's top tier, especially for the fight scenes. So it's like it's so enjoyable to watch. Also, if you could still also watch like was it My Hero Vigilantes, I believe, is like the
Yes.
spin-off off of this one. So if you're still in like the whole My Hero Academia field, go ahead and watch that. But yeah, this was a good one. I liked it. I enjoyed the whole series.
I have to go. I don't even want to tell you where I'm at. Um, I'm not even gonna bother. I know I'm behind on it, but I do just want to watch and catch up. But I wanted to also watch the movies and the OVAs where you're supposed to watch them as far as like the order. But I have no damn
Ah,
idea. I would have to
mm,
deep dive search into that, and I don't have the time. I don't have the time or the patience, truthfully.
I believe they're
Yeah,
on Crunchyroll. I think the movies are, but I think they're separate from the tab where it says My Hero.
yeah. But I would have to look up to see like when in the story I'm supposed to be watching them because I like to watch them in the order that the creators wanted you to watch them in.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Like how it's Jujutsu Kaisen season 1, then Zero, the movie, then season 2. Where if you went chronological order, you could watch Zero, 1,
One,
Summer 2. Yeah, I don't
yeah.
like watching because I believe they're telling that story in the way that they're doing it for a reason. That's why Zero hits so hard, and season
Mm-hmm.
2 hits even harder once you get past those first was it 4 or 5 episodes that
Mm-hmm.
tell more of the backstory. Then you hit and you're like, oh my god, wait, what?
Yeah.
It hits so much hard. So I like doing that. So I would have to figure out when I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to watch the
Watch it.
movies, but
Got it.
I have to actually concentrate on watching the series too because I'm at the point where oh my god. Midoriya, I think he just started training with the little dude. Forgot his name.
Oh, I
The
know what you're
older
talking about.
man.
I can't. Yeah, I can't remember it. Yeah.
No, no. Actually, I'm past that. I'm past that. I'm at the point where they're talking about the other superhero that All Might was working with at a time.
Oh, what? His
Maybe he was a sidekick. I can't. Yeah, I just know that I'm actually past that. I'm at a point where there's another. Yeah. I don't know. I just know that I'm past that, but I know I'm nowhere near where I need to be to even think about the final season.
but you know, let's put this about some like I say in my opinion, like you don't have to watch the movies to get along with like to understand the story. Because
Yeah.
like I'll tell you this prime example. That's like you're watching like Dragon Ball Z, just
Oh
Dragon Ball
God.
Z. But I'm saying it's like just the Z part, not Dragon Ball, not Super, whatever, Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z.
Yeah.
Like there's so many movies in between. I think the only ones that would probably like make recollection, like Future Trunks, like when he had that movie with the androids, that
Hmm.
one's fine. And I think when Trunks got his sword, if you just like want to like the backstory for that.
Oh, I don't even remember that. Damn.
But there is one where he does get his sword, and that's
Hmm.
how that's like the backstory for that. But then other than that, it's like I mean, there's Broly, but I'm like that was like a whole side quest type of thing. So it's like it's really not like
Hmm.
part of it. So I think like the main ones that we would have to worry about is like what Trunks' story, which is like key to like the entire Dragon Ball franchise anyway.
Hmm.
Um, and I think maybe some like one or two, like maybe no, just those two. Where it's like Trunks, how he got a sword, maybe. And I think that's about it. That like mainly focus on Dragon Ball Z, because other than that, everything else is just like a filler.
I think the original one with Broly kind of tells more of a story because it tells more about like Goku's father.
Or wait, oh wait, I forgot.
Like that one, like that older one. I mean, like that older one. I mean, like not the new one, but the older one. Like that one actually, because it like that one filled it. I was like, oh wow, because it tells you more about like before when they were like this incredible army and everything. What have you. Like
True,
that one was actually kind of cool because I like seeing them before and seeing as how ridiculous they are and just crazy. And I like seeing Goku's father. I thought that was cool.
true. But I mean,
How
like
different they are.
it didn't really like have to like tie into
Yeah.
like the whole series, like where like you need to know like, oh well, this person's gonna be like predominantly in this series, and we need to know who you are.
Mhm.
Like Trunks, yes. I mean, like there was one where it was like cooler. Frieza's brother, like he could have been thrown in there, but
Oh
didn't really have to be
yeah.
thrown in there per se. Just like a random villain because he was only in the movie.
Hmm.
They don't really see much about him afterwards. And I think there was like another one where he comes back or whatever. So, but like I said, I feel like with My Hero, it's the same thing where like there might be characters, but like not predominantly in the anime that you need to like
Hmm.
focus on to watch the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think there's one that I want to say. I think it's when All Might was younger.
Oh yeah, for like All Might's
Yeah.
backstory. Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
one.
I think that one I want to see. I think that's what I'm more focused on because I think the character that I'm looking at now is the one that's in that movie. I
Okay.
can't really remember, I'll be honest, but I just want to see that one to just see what All Might was like when he was young, just to see him for myself. But yeah, I'll probably just more focus on the series, and then
Mm-hmm.
when I have time, I'll watch the movie just randomly, and I'll just
Mm-hmm.
keep going with the series, which is
Yeah.
fine. I'm excited people got to enjoy this. So this was such a big eye opener for people. This was like I think a watershed one too, where people really want to talk about it because superheroes and such, and then this coming in and it being this young this whole school, this whole academy for young superheroes and the placement and agencies and everything.
Mm-hmm.
This is to me what Gen V could have been if it was nice,
Mm.
if it wasn't so like, because Gen V is, I mean, is wild. Like this is what it like this is like I if you want to see things about young kids becoming heroes, obviously you have X-Men such obviously, but the two
No,
Gen V
seriously, you're right. Gen V versus My Hero is
and then
just
My Hero.
about right. Yeah,
They're two different ends of the spectrum.
literally.
Yeah, two different ends, and I would say X-Men is right in the center.
Fair. Because
I would say
they're
so.
technically don't we don't consider them heroes. They're just like, technically they're just mutants
Yeah,
in a sense. But
like
with him,
they're
versus my heroes, we know that these are superheroes. Just one's super corrupt,
yes.
and one's just trying to live their life with corrupt people in it.
Yeah, and it's like they're two different they're two different ends of the spectrum, but they're both kind of aiming at the same goal, you know, just in completely vastly different ways.
Yes.
So our final story, since we're still on the anime, obviously because this is your anime stuff, we have Wistoria Wand and Sword season 2 is coming out April 2026. I absolutely enjoyed this anime. I loved it. It took me a bit to watch it because I kept going, oh, I'll watch it eventually. I'll watch it. But this is, I think, when I first started getting like Crunchyroll and I was getting into it. And then I saw it and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me check it out. Basically, you have the character, I believe his name is Will, the lead character we see right in the front here with the cat creature on his shoulder. He wants to be at this school, this academy again, another academy. Who would have figured that anime would have academies and young characters with powers? Crazy. He goes to this academy and he wants to be the best student there so he can save this young friend of his who he happens to be in love with. The only downside is this is an academy for wizards. Think of Harry Potter. Think of Hogwarts.
Okay.
Except you can leave JK the hell out of it because she's a piece of trash.
Fair enough.
And I'm just look,
hey,
we definitely ain't pulling punches now. And he cannot do magic, but he is incredibly strong and he's an incredible swordsman. He even wears glasses, and when he goes into combat, he has like goggles that are like his glass. So they're kind of like rec specs. I love that fact because there are a lot of kids who do wear glasses who want to play sports and they wear rec specs. So I like that little detail about him. I always found that amazing with the character. I worked at like Pearl Vision for almost 10 years. So I saw kids literally grow up and getting, glasses and also, rec specs so I could play sports. So he goes to school and he's like, well, I want to be a part of school. And everybody's like, he can't be a part of it. He's not a wizard. He can't use magic, what have you. But one of the instructors at the council, let's say, what have you, let's say that she's his Dumbledore, says, I think this will be interesting. She has a great line where she says, let's see if he can sharpen a sword into a wand. And I love that metaphor. I love that line. It's so cool. So it's him, and you start to realize that something's different about him because he's so strong and so fast. He's superhumanly strong. He also is impoverished. He's a poor kid. So he's what probably they would consider, again, if we're going to use those terms, I think he would be considered what they would say a mudblood.
Well, technically would be a slur. So technically you'd be a muggle.
Oh, muggle. No. Then mudblood is the one because a muggle is somebody who doesn't believe in magic.
No. Quick Harry Potter 101.
Yes.
A muggle is just a human that does magic. But they don't have magical blood in them. A mudblood technically is a slur for them.
That's what it is then, because that's how they treat him when they see him, because he works in this tavern, and they actually call him like names like that.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty, to make it more sense, that's like somebody saying like the N-word us.
Yeah. So
pretty
that's
much
how they treat him because he works in this tavern that's run by dwarves. And the dwarves in this series are obviously short or what have you. And they like him because he's so nice. And he's one of the few humans who will work with them and everything. And because they're much stronger than him, but they like the fact that he is also strong and such a great swordsman. So he works there as, like a server, the town work, what have you. And he's made fun of and because he's the poor kid. He's almost like, think of it kind of like a scholarship. Like he got a scholarship to school, but how did you get here when you can't do any of the like magic and everything? But he got it because he's a great athlete or whatever, like similar to that. But they treat him so disrespectfully. But he ends up becoming this hero in the school and becomes so strong, and he becomes renowned for his strength and everything like that. I'm so excited and there's even like a games thing where they all start to compete for who is going to be the best student, the best wizard. And
Mm-hmm.
he's at a deficit because he doesn't have magic, so he has to be very cunning and clever with what he does and how they go through these like almost like raids
Mm-hmm.
and dungeons. Similar to, we're gonna throw all of the geek references in there, folks. We got Destiny, we're throwing in here. We're throwing, Harry Potter. We're throwing everything in here, and so I love that. I kind of want to see where they go with why he's so strong and everything. I think I know,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of just want to see that. But I'm a huge fan. I want to rewatch the first season. I think it's maybe 13 or 12 episodes, maybe.
Okay, so your
Like that.
typical run.
Yeah, I had fun watching this. This is something that I was really watching on Sundays. You know me, when I'm cooking on Sundays, cooking dinner on Sundays, I got my tablet in there and I'm watching anime and this was one that I would have something in the oven and I would watch like 3 episodes of this and just have a lot of fun. So yeah, this is going to be April 2026. We're going to get season 2 of Wistoria, Wand and Sword. I think I've said Wistoria about 3 different ways, so I'm guessing the average. One of them was right. I don't know which one, but it's fine. It's cool. It's whatever.
It's your preference.
Thank you. So that's the show, folks. We gave you, oh my God, there's so many references we did in the show. Destiny, Star Wars, Harry Potter. We talked about one of the best revenge films ever, honestly, in Kill Bill. Maybe his last movie will be the movie that we really want to see, which is the ending of Kill Bill, which is that child coming in and saying, that whole thing would actually. I have to rewatch the movie. I do, yeah.
Look,
but
quick fan theory that me and my friend have had for the longest, like, is gonna be Beatrix kid and Copperhead's kid just going at it. Screw the mothers. They just going. The kids are going to fight. That's it.
I kind of want to see the mothers fight again too. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know that it might not have, but I kind of would want to see that just because.
Well, I mean, technically, it have because, like, Vivica Fox's character is gone. So
I know, but I still want to see them fight again. If anything, can we get Copperhead's kid to be Sam Ryder? Possibly. Phenomenal. She's so cool. She was in Black Widow. She has a movie out now also. She is a self-taught martial artist. Swords, everything, fighting hand to hand. She is dope as hell. Go check her out. Sam Ryder on IG. Crazy. So that's a lot, right? But guess what? That's not it. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be Robert and myself going through comics, news, everything. There's a lot to happen in comics as well. There's no stone will be unturned. Well, we're not going to do all because we're tired. So we'll be doing that. Then Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Hungry Bleak Show. I'll be going through some comic book news and a couple of reviews as well. And then next week, we'll be doing it again. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Comics culture, anime and gaming, the Hungry Bleak Show. And then we're going to have our year wrap up. Some of our favorite stuff of the year of 2025. It's been a tough year, so we're going to take our minds off of the bad stuff and we're going to talk about the stuff that we loved. Cool?
Amen to that.
Exactly. So one last thing. This was Jabba's idea. Start asking what we're watching. So Jabba, what are you watching this week?
Well, I know I mentioned before, I'm watching Welcome to Derry.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
So I am super excited. I'm now starting to try and see how many versions of Pennywise I could find in the intro.
Oh my God.
Of each episode. So I'm like, I think I found like maybe 4 or 5 in the opening. Because I would pause it and go back. I'm like, okay, he's there. He's there. There.
That opening is so good.
He's there.
That opening is one of the best openings. And the music, you shouldn't be happy you shouldn't be happy to hear that music, but then you like
and I'm pretty sure, have you heard the remix? Because we blackfied it.
See, now I gotta go find that.
I'll find a clip and I'll send it.
Take nothing serious. We gotta.
No, we can't. So what are you watching, sir?
Oh my goodness. I am watching this week. I am catching up on Wolf King on Netflix. I had watched the first episode a couple of times, but I just hadn't been able to get started with it, what have you. So I said last night, I said, you know what, I'm gonna watch 3 episodes. Holy cow. It's really great. It's based on a series of books called Werewolves, and it's basically there are 7 lands, and they have werelords, and they're different ones. There's wolf, there's bear, lion, rat, stag. I can't remember the other 2. Snake might be one, I think. And they have like and for the longest time, the wolf has been the one that's led, but then lion came up. So lion is the villain of this series. But I found out there's the one of the werelands is black, and they're bears, and it was so cool. I'm not even going to tell you about it, but I've had a story in my head for years about a man and a woman, and one of them changes into a bear, like that's their form, but not like a regular bear, like it's fine. It's been really good. It's 2 seasons out, and I don't know if they're going to get a 3rd season, because I haven't been to the 2nd season to really see. But it's based on a book series too. I think there's like I think there's 7 books to show the each, since there's 7 lands. So that's what I'm watching this week. So I'm going to dive into that more. It's pretty cool. It's all like kind of like English like accents, which sometimes can throw me off, because I'm like, I want to hear like, like different accents, and not just English all the time. English or Scottish, and like something like different ones, like like give me some, I don't know, but like anything. But yeah, that's what I'm checking out now. Fantasy, Netflix, like I said, maybe I want to say maybe 8 episodes a season or something like that. I think so. Something, I don't know.
It's about like 40 minutes or so.
They're about, I don't know if they're 40. I want to say like 30 minutes. I don't know if they're 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Unless there come that might be like at the end. You know how a season ender can be like a little bit longer, possibility.
Okay, because like most episodes now, like they're like like short episodes, or usually about like maybe like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Or so. That's at least that's what we've all been watching. If it's not anime, like most TV shows that we watch have been like either like 40 minutes to an hour. So it's like,
I don't know. Because this is animated, so they're like 30 minutes.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes, this is good. That's good. So yeah, that's it. That's what we are watching this week. What are you watching? What are you checking out? Let us know. Yeah, and that's the show. Jabba, are you ready to get the hell out of here?
Yeah, I gotta put clothes away.
And I gotta put myself away, because I need to go to sleep. I'll be honest with you.
There you go.
There you go. All right, folks. So you have a very good evening, day. Enjoy the rest of it, and I will see you Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. Myself and Robert will be checking you out, and Job and I will be back here Monday again, telling you about some of the stuff that we are really enjoying and what we're watching. All right. Y'all have a good night, day, and we will see you later. As always, F Trump, and be good to yourself. See you later. Peace.
Bye.